We are here for Harness Grand Prix week, and I'm catching up with Graham Dwyer. Firstly, Graham, welcome back.
Thank you very much.
We are a little bit different to Maryborough. We're a fair way from the first time we met, but not as promised. He's arrived. How is he, firstly?
Yeah, no, he's good. He's settled in well, and yeah, we've had good support along the way, and he's definitely got in good shape.
Thought he was going to bite me then, but I don't think he was going to. He's just been very affectionate. We're here at Ashburton. You're at the Brent and Timmy White. Great hospitality that they've given you.
Oh, super. Any needs the horses needed, he's got it, and no, they've been super.
Got a couple of mates that come in with him in the afternoon to feed and settle him down. It's outstanding coverage. It's outstanding the way they look after you.
Oh, exactly. You know, as I said, you know, anything the horse needed to just make things a little bit easier, they've been more than willing to sort of put their horses there to do that, and no, he's settled in good.
Have you enjoyed it, the trip?
Oh, definitely, yeah, just meeting new people and, you know, just the way things are done here and, you know, yeah, it's really good.
It's cool. I encourage everyone, like you got Lane here, you know, encourage people to come and have a look around because it is such a different lifestyle, if you like, to what we have in Australia, especially like you've been down Victoria recently. You know, it's very, very busy. Queensland's probably getting as busy as well because you guys race every day, albeit only one meeting, but you do race every day. The Kiwis, they still get 3 days off. I think, you know, we could take a leaf out of their book, I think, a little bit, the way they do things.
Yeah, well, there's a lot like a social side, and you know, you can have a beer, I suppose, and you know, go to the pub or even sit down in the smoko room. So, you know, if I take one thing is I've got to get a smoko room at home so we can just talk a bit of rubbish, I suppose. But because we always seem to be too busy, but they got that time to sort of, you know, relate to each other and help each other out, which they do, and you know. Like each trainer, they take each other's horses to the races if they need it, and you know, it's very good that way.
They work huge numbers of horses, a lot of these guys. It don't matter, like it doesn't matter where you go. Morning tea is morning tea. Smoko is you've just got to stop and have it, don't you?
Oh yeah, it's on the run at home, but here it's good to sit down and yeah, and just take that time to sort of enjoy what we do.
How's the ride been? We're talking off air, and you're saying you pinch yourself if you had a sort of thought you'd end up here. But how would you best describe the ride that you've been on with this horse since you've got him?
I'd say surreal because I didn't think any of this is possible, but then you sort of add up to how it was made possible, and you know you won the horse. You know you need the horse to start with, you know, and then you need the owner to support that horse to get us where we are. And you know, if this horse had a different owner, I don't think we would be here. And so I think matching this horse with the owner that he's got, and probably some of the issues that the owner has what got us here, and it's turned out to be a strength more than a stab in the dark, you know.
And it will hold you in great stead later on. I mean, you're trying to establish something. Lane's coming through. You've got dreams and goals, both with him and the family, and a desire of where you want to get to. A trip for this now, like maybe in 2 or 3 years' time, if what you're trying to achieve achieves, you'd probably say, look, we haven't got the time, we can't do it. It's probably come around right at the right time for where you are, and probably also where Lane is. And in his age and his infancy, if you like, with his driving career, to be able to say, no, right out, we'll go and enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly. Like we've worked real hard to get to where we are, and it's taken us quite a few years. And you know, and when this horse here's come along, it's sort of rewards for all that, where nothing much was happening. You know, like every day was sort of Groundhog Day, and it just goes to show you should always dream. And I'm the first to put my hand up. I'm the biggest dreamer ever because, you know, I've always wanted to have a horse like this, and then get more than one of these sort of horses. And, you know, we don't want to sort of finish here. I think we do a good job to sort of nurture horses along to do what this horse is doing. And we just want to keep it going. And it's good to show Lane that's how it's done, you know, and other people that we visit are doing the same things.
And that dream part, like, I mean, you were around the corner from Greg and Jess. Greg and Jess bred this horse.
Yeah.
You see a horse like Just Believe goes to Sweden. They followed their dream, the owner's dream. Unfortunately, they didn't get a win, but I mean, they did nothing wrong. The whole experience and everything. And then, like in your hometown, he's still back winning the Inter Dominion. Like, you have these dreams. It doesn't mean that if it win, lose or draw, it doesn't make any difference to the outcome. It's just a life journey. But it makes those Groundhog Days, like you said, especially in wintertime when it's cold, it's wet, it's shitty. you've got that dream, and you can say, hang on, we were in Ashburton, and this might end up being 4 and 5 years' time, but you can still dream about the time you had him over here. You don't know the result, but you can still dream about it.
No, you're 100% right. Like, you talk about Greg and Jess, they never really lost that, because at the end of the day, they come out a winner in my book, and I'm sure everybody else's. And, what they go back next year, they're going to be, mentally better and knowing what's, it's got to happen and all that sort of thing. And the horse has stepped up from it as well. We're the same, just a different level. Everybody's the same on a different level with whatever horses they got, and it all starts with what you got. And when you get the right one, well, you just step up to that plate. So, we're looking forward to it.
I'm very, very big on making the harness racing world smaller. New Zealand's only 4 hours. It's not that far. It's about 2.5 hours for us to fly to Queensland. It's an hour and a half further to come to a different island. We need to embrace it. Swayze comes over here, wins the Addington Cup, dream that you win the Derby. All of a sudden, people start looking at trotting in New Zealand, in Queensland, if you like. From here, you guys will sit back and watch Ashburton. I'm tipping Lane's going to watch just about every Ashburton race as it comes along, and probably Addington after he goes there on Sunday. The dream is one part of it, but you're also growing our industry, and that's so important.
Oh, definitely. Like, I wasn't aware that only one horse had ever come over here before for this particular race.
Do you know who it is?
Blitzham Calder. Is that right?
Right, yeah, it could be, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I just assumed, because I've never looked at this sort of thing, that everyone would do it because the Kiwis come over all the time. I thought, well, okay, there's a race on, let's go there. And then they said, oh, you're the second one. I'm like, why is that? But it goes to show it's not hard to get here, and if you've got the right horse, you should definitely give it a go.
What about the irony of that? Blitzham Calder's pacing bred. Same as this bloke. There's a bit of irony. The poor old Kiwis, they probably think we only breed pacing bred trotters.
Yeah, well, I wish I could find a few more. I've got a few paces there, but they don't trot like this bloke.
And if he follows Blitzham Calder too, you're going to have a lot more fun with him as well.
Yeah, well, to be fair, he's still young, and, he's very unassuming in the way he does things, and every sort of time we step him out, there's a little bit more ammo that we could use, and I believe he'll keep stepping up as he gets older, and I think a spell will definitely help him after this.
Has he shown any signs, just like of tiring, if you like, or any signs that you're at all worried about leading in? I'm not going to say, going to say, oh, he's going in as good as ever, because I think sometimes that brings him out. But you're happy and he's comfortable in himself. Yeah,
obviously you always worry when you go away, and he does sort of stress a little bit at the start, but I'd have to say he was pretty good all the way through. I think our worries is more the fear of what's going to happen, and then once we sort of got here and and get the support that you need, or he's been really good. So I feel so much comfortable now than I sort of was before I came. And I think we've learned a lot from previous, like in Melbourne. So
your comfort levels will get better. Your wife and Nathan are going to be here tomorrow night, so that I'm sure when they've arrived, you'll probably be a happy man as well, because almost the team's back together, if you like. Yeah,
well, it's something that we've shared together, we call ourselves King's Lodge, so it's not me, it's the team around me, and it's the people, looking after my team at home, my wife sort of working hard all year, or, it's just good for her to enjoy this as well, because she's every bit of this as well, and Nathan, the year that he's had, it's just a showcase, hopefully, again, what a great driver he is, So there's so many stories to this horse, that everyone's put so much hard work into getting where he is today.
I totally agree, and I think that's one of the things we need to celebrate, embrace. And it is a team, and you got Brent and Timmy here. Hopefully they get a winner on Sunday. But I'm sure if you win, they'll be pretty happy boys as well. They might even shout you out to the pub afterwards. I reckon they might. I don't think there'll be any question about that.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. It's all about everyone's putting that hard work in, and it's never about the money. If those particular people are worried about it's more the thrill of the race, and and to get a horse like this across the line, and we're very fortunate to have all that behind us.
Have you won a Derby before? It was a question I didn't ask you after at Maryborough. Like, have you had a horse in a Derby if you haven't had one win?
Well, we've had some handy horses, but we've probably lacked this calibre. when we go to sales, we might spend 25 grand is the dearest horse we've bought, you know. So before that it was probably a $10,000 horse. So that's where we've been hovering all the way through, and any other horse, it's usually something that's been tried, you know. So, you know, it's always something we want to get into, but, you know, we have to start small, and, you know, we'll work our way up. And I definitely think we're doing that, because I think we've showed that we've had a Group 1 winner with Quick Change this year, and I think we won the Golden Guitar with Surf Ace and Tamworth. You know, so across the board we've done the job, and it's definitely stepping up to this, and that's where, you know, we're hoping we'll sort of, you know, get things going from here. If not, we'll just keep doing what we're doing.
What are the goals for King's Lodge? Like, just to get better, get better, I suppose, stay the same size but get better horses, or potentially get bigger?
No, I'm going to say just get better horses, you know, because we love looking after our horses. We don't want to be stretched out to have great numbers and all those sort of things. It's just have better quality horses, and no offence to the ones we've had, because, you know, at the moment I think we've had 125 winners for the year. We're sitting probably, you know, I think 8th and 9th in the country with a small team that we got. And if you look at our opposition, which I have great respect for, you know, geez, I think we're doing quite well, you know what I mean? So if we can get a better quality horse just to work with, we can work with the lesser quality and step them up. Well, hopefully we can get a better quality and step them up too. So I'd say that's our goal, and you know, and hopefully give Lane a good opportunity to, you know, to grow, you know, as we go along as well.
Does he put a bit of spring in your step? Yeah, you're a young bloke, you want to give him the best opportunity he can in his chosen sport? Yeah,
well, obviously, you know, he's young, and sometimes, you know, you wish he takes different, you know...
Something different?
Yeah, well, what I mean is he sort of, as long as he sort of takes things and not get too cocky and all that sort of stuff, and he's only young, and I just want to give him the right opportunities where he can, if he works hard, he can, you know, do well. And this game is definitely that. You know, the harder you work, the luckier you get. Yeah. And that's what I want to do, because once he's through that, you know, the rest of his life he's going to do well, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, and I think it's great that you bring him here. Like I said, he could be still driving. You've got an Inter-Dominion on your back doorstep, so he's probably missing out on that, but that's something that he can achieve next year or the year after at any point of time. But to come here with a horse that's, you know, like going to perform and just see a different side of the world too, pretty important grounding, if you like, for him as well.
Oh, exactly. You know, like I know when we sent the horse to Melbourne, and you know, and he does all the track work with the horse, and he was in good hands with my friend Dennis Greaves. But at the end of the day, I thought he was going to just learn so much from just looking after that horse and making sure everything is as good as he could get it. And I really reckon he achieved great things over that period of time. And you know, and that's something he's going to sort of reminisce on and just think about and go, wow, well, I did do that. And he did, because I wasn't there, and, you know, and he should take a lot of the credit there.
Well, that's exactly right. Tommy Woodcock didn't train Farlap, I don't think. I'm going to make sure I get that right, but I think he was only the strapper. I might get in trouble for that, because I also keep saying Farlap's an Australian horse. The Kiwis don't like me saying that.
No, well, apparently it's up the road here somewhere.
Somewhere, you don't worry about those. Don't worry about those things. But yeah, I think it's great, and it's probably one of the things we, as an industry, sell short is the opportunities. You know, we were talking there before, Natalie Rasmussen, Karen Manning, the things that they've achieved and the travel that they've done, and the fulfilment and the joy, the life joys that they've had. I mean, you're experiencing it now for the first time, and, you know, you're a lot older than what Lane is. So, you know, you get to, there's some great achievements that you can get out of this sport. Everyone always says prize money's too tall, there's not enough money, it's too hard to work, we work too long hours. Get to achieve a lot more than a lot of office workers who get paid big bucks.
Oh, exactly. You know, like, we sort of... you know, you get a lot of satisfaction out of our place where a horse would win the concrete that's walking on, you know, or, you know, we might win buy a jogger, or, you know, or if my wife would be really dirty, I'd buy a heap of steel. I love looking back and go, all those winners we had have done what we've got, and now they've made this horse to what he is, and, you know, so nothing was given to us. We've worked for every cent of it, and, I take a lot of pride on that, because that means we're not going to stop just here. You know, we've got our goals, and you know, we shouldn't be dented by if something happens to us down the track. We'll sort of work through it, and that's what we've done to get this far.
You're a dreamer, you know, and win, lose or draw. I'm sure in your dreams he's won the Derby, but we won't worry about that. I would imagine he goes for a spell and comes back. What do you dream for next year? Like, do you come back here for a Dominion handicap, or the main races in Australia, or an Inter-Dominion? Like, is there a dream that you have that you'd like to achieve with this horse?
Well, obviously it'd be nice to have an Inter-Dominion horse. That would be number one. It'd be nice for the Inter-Dominion to get that gloss about it again too, and I'm sure it will get better as we go along. But I'd say the first main target would be the Great Square, which is in our backyard. It's probably the most obvious sort of target, but I think if he can just naturally progress, which he's got that written all over him, I'm sure he'll do good in the bigger races in the future.
And it's at home, and it's sponsored by Harassed Trotters, who sponsor me.
Yep.
And you do a great job there. Remember, I actually forgot about that race, and I think that's pretty cool, like to win a race at home and showcase him, because you've shown him at home, but his best wins have been down south, in Victoria. So, and hopefully, whether he wins or loses this week as well. So to win back on your home soil, that'd be pretty cool, actually.
Oh, it would be. Like we're sort of running through our classes there, and he never had a great rap on the horse because he was a little bit unassuming, I suppose, but it'd be good to sort of go back now that we've got a lot of following now, and sort of hopefully run a race like that and do well, and it would be really good.
Graham, thank you. Good luck, mate. But I reckon it's been well done. Well done to yourselves. I know I've rang you once, seen a lot of the other stuff you do on social media, and I think that's half the thing.
Yeah.
Showcasing the experience as well. Some people hide from it. I don't know why. We've got to showcase it, and people will understand why we love our sport so much. The horses, the equine athletes, the people you meet, the fun you have along the way. So well done for the journey, mate. Good luck on Sunday. Hopefully I'm having a chat with you afterwards. If not, still well done. Yeah, no, I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank everybody that's helped us get here. Greg Pope's been outstanding. Bunty Hughes and Gareth looked after us super. Obviously my friend Dennis Greaves in Melbourne, and Whitey here and Tim. I just wasn't expecting that sort of thing. And Steve Hollander, I must also mention him as well. He's helped me out to get here where we are today. And no, it's been really good. Well done, mate. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you.